Come in. November 23rd, 2020. Bobby Baru here for Ball Y'all News. Today's broadcast is a focus on sports and college football because we love it. Even if them stands are as bare naked as a mannequin before it gets all dressed up in a dime store window. Today, this here opinion editorial is about college football coaches that pace those sidelines every Saturday. And some of them get my stinger up or are really confusing to me. Today, I'd like to talk about Bill Snyder, another coach I call the Hidget, those that try and act like Buff Man, and some that are just plumb crybabies. The first is, as I say, old Kansas State football coach Bill Snyder. And boy, do I mean old. And that dude could also coach. He won over 215 games in his college coaching career. And that's quite a feat. And speaking of feet, he looks like a sales guy for geriatric shoes for men and women, don't he? Got that soft side swoopty of hair on top, or about 10 white hairs that he parts with that VO5 aerosol hairspray in the morning. He just looks like one of those dudes that enjoys handling old people's feet, you know? And kind of like one of those dudes that no matter whether he's got a cold or not, he's always sucking on a cough drop, you know? Eats about 5 or 6 of those per day. Breath always smells like menthol coming off a sweater or something. And let me tell you now, he was old, even when he was winning. He got them K-State boys in the Little Apple to play hard, even when he was a peepaw. The second coach I'd like to talk about has been really successful. You know, they say it ain't bragging if it's true. And, of course, Alabama fans will tell you how good they are as many times as there are drink straws for Slurpees inside of 7-Eleven. Nick Saban can coach, boy. I mean, he can ball up, whether you love him or hate him, or dislike him. My Aunt Winna Jean still tells me, don't go acting like a moron, Bobby, and say hate. Recall the good book now, say dislike. Anyway, you may dislike him, but Nick Saban can coach. Even if he paces that sideline like angry ants are in his pants, I call him the Hidget, which is short for halfway midget. But let me tell you, the Hidget has won him 6 national championships. That's 6 for all my friends who are south of the border who enjoy tacos. The third kind of coach, who isn't really a ball coach, but is kind of a public relations role guy, is the kind of college coach I call Buff Man. I always yell at the TV during games to Buff Man. I can tell you exactly why you lost, because the 2 hours each day you spend getting buff in the weight room and shaving your arm hair with that nair are the 2 hours you could have been going over plays and game film. Come on, Buff Man. You ain't playing. You coaching and should be winning, but you ain't, because you was just working on getting buff and working on that spray tan with no arm hair and sitting around your football office trying on dollar store golf visors. And you still happy that you 4-3, but you could have been 7-0 if you would have not been spray tanning and trying on those stupid golf visors 10 hours a week in your office. Moron. And finally, my fourth type of college football coach is the one I call crybaby. That dude that cries all the time like some 20-year-old that still wets the bed at night. Crybaby is still so emotively lost, he's still crying about his girlfriend dumping him when he was in the 12th grade and after he got demoted to third-string barefoot kicker. And she dumped him his senior year because she saw him trying to kick a field goal in practice, and guess what? He missed it. It wasn't so much that he missed it, but she saw him for what he was. Just a third-string barefoot kicker with practice britches that were bigger than he was. Crybaby coach. Why don't you tell your mama to put those practice britches on high heat so they'll fit you better? And then maybe you won't cry so much when you're an old ball coach crying because your 6-5 mediocre football team is so excited and happy to go to the Happy Hawaii undergarments and shoe insert bowl. He's still crying about nothing. And after his pregame river of tear-joy speech, and his one stud All-American middle linebacker looks at him and says to himself, "Yep, I can tell you. You was a third-string barefoot kicker whose britches didn't fit." And then you know exactly what kind of ball coach you got there, boy. Anyway, I digress. Don't want to sound too angry. It's just them kind of dudes embarrass me just watching them. You know? You just turn red in the face with embarrassment when you watch them on TV. Well, that's it for now. Yep. Thanks for listening. I'm Bobby Baru for Ball Y'all News. And God bless America.
Golly.